stories that I find interesting about the history of the jail include one of a man last name Rask, who was found, he had been hunting out South County in Hume. He was found in a place basically comatose and on death's door, and he was taken in by a sheriff's deputy. And they brought him into the jail and they set him down by the radiators and basically coaxed him back to health. He came to a day later, and he was taken alive to go free back home to Chicago. The history of the jail is very much focused on the history of the sheriffs who lived there, because the sheriff was an elected position. He would live in the residence to the left of the jail, which was built in 1860, thereabouts, before the construction of the jail. So the sheriff would live usually with his family in the residence and administer the jail and take care of the prisoners and all that. So it was quite a big job. Usually the sheriff was married, and his wife would cook food for the prisoners and see to it that they were well fed and cared for in that way. And the quality of service of the food especially really varied with each jail, with each sheriff's regime. So one sheriff gained a lot of notoriety for trying to cut costs and serving his prisoners dogfish, which is considered kind of a garbage fish, not like a trout or a walleye or anything. But other sheriffs like Lester Heinlein or Les Heinlein, I should say, were really well known for feeding prisoners quite well. There's been a few attempts at escape, as you could imagine, from the Porter County Jail over its 100-year history. There are many attempts, and successful attempts, and some not so successful. One such attempt was made by an inmate named Bayard Lucas, who was actually arrested for stealing a lot of pennies, a huge jar of pennies from the Elks Temple in the 1940s. He was stationed in a cell that butted up against the back wall of the jail there, right where the alley is. And he would spend a little bit of time each day while he had the water running in the bullpen faucet. He'd spend a little bit of time each day chiseling away at the mortar between the large blocks of limestone that makes up the jail. And he was almost done, chiseling out this block so that he could push it out and escape, when the neighbor who lived at the current site, at the site of the next jail, right across the alley, heard him chiseling away and discovered him. Told the sheriff that maybe he should check that out, and they found him and basically put an end to it. A couple of years after that, they made renovations to the jail that made that kind of escape attempt impossible.